Good afternoon, everyone. I'm super happy to be back. And I want to say a very big thank you to everybody that kept reaching out to me, asking about the channel, Biolu's impressions, and when we'll be back. So we are back, right? We are back again. It's been an extremely busy year, and I apologize for the many episodes that have been missed. Okay, so straight to the point today, I want to talk about something that happened to me very recently, something very profound, and I think that you're going to gain a lot from this. Okay, so it's been holiday season. The children have been home for a while. It's been amazing and, of course, very tiring for stay-at-home moms or work-from-home moms like me. It's been, it's just been a mix of emotions, right? Now, one thing that has happened, or one thing that has really made me happy during this holiday, is that I've always wanted to spend more time taking my children through their devotional. So regularly every morning we'll pray with them, right? But to really sit down and go through a devotional, we've not really had time to do that, because most times they wake up between 6 and 6:30, most times I think around 6:30 or thereabout, and they begin to prepare for school. So there is really no in-depth time to take them through a devotional. So during this holiday we were able to start that. It's been super fun, super interesting. I really like the devotional that we are using at present, right? Very practical, has all these fun activities. Now, there was this particular day I got up in the morning, and then we had plates from the previous night in the sink. So I wanted to clean up the plates, and because of that, I told when my children woke up, I told the boys to go through the devotional by themselves. So I was expecting that the elder brother, who already reads fluently, will be able to just read to the younger brother, and then they'll be able to do the devotional by themselves. I went to the kitchen, and not up to a minute after, I hear footsteps. So I looked and I was like, what are people doing here? Then my 4-year-old said to me, "Mommy, we need you. We cannot do it by ourselves." And yes, they sound like very simple words, but it just took me back. Like it was as if something struck me. "Mommy, we need you. We cannot do it by ourselves." And I realized that plates that I'm about to wash can be outsourced. Many things as a parent can be outsourced, but certain things can never ever be outsourced. And one of them is training your child in the way he or she should go. Many times we mistake parenting for many activities that we take. Now, should the plates not be washed? Of course, the plates have to be washed. We don't want to live in a dirty house. I don't want to train boys that will be dirty. Those things need to be done, but we need to also decide on what is major and minor for us. And I remember that same day I had to talk to my husband. I said, "Guy, come. I'm thinking I need to find a way to outsource some of these activities that are not as important, so that I can major on what is major." Stop majoring on what is minor and you think that you're parenting. Now, I'm just going to highlight a few things that are major that should not be outsourced. No matter how busy you are as a parent, I'm going to highlight just 3 things that should never be outsourced. And the first thing I want you to know that you cannot outsource is leading your child in the way of the Lord. If you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, you need to be the one to teach your child the way. And it is not, I'm not talking about, okay, I just took them to church and that's okay. You took them to church is a good thing, but you also need to explain the basics of your faith, your salvation, what you believe in and why. You need to explain it to your children. Of recent, I've been listening to a couple of people, so many people, that will say things like, "I was born into a Christian home, my parents are pastors, but I just gave my life to Christ a few years ago." I'm talking about people that are 30, 40, 50 years of age. "Oh, I've always been in the church environment, but I never really knew God." Lead your child. If you truly know God, lead your child to God. Lead your child. Ensure you're doing. Don't just take them to Sunday school and assume that they know. Don't just think because they came out for altar call, they know. Teach them the tenets of salvation. If you don't know it yourself, go and learn. Go and learn. Ask questions. Understand it yourself so that you have something to give to your child. That is the first thing you shouldn't outsource. The second thing that you should not outsource is instilling core values in them. Core values are things that a child stands for, or an organization stands for. So as a family, you should have your own core values. What are the things that you cannot compromise in this family? Core values are things like love, courage, confidence, things like that are core values. What are the core values that you live by? And it is not just enough to say it once and say, these are our core values. No, you need to teach them. You need to show them. You need to point it out to them when you exhibit these values. You need to celebrate them when they exhibit these values, so that they have it ingrained in them that this is who I am. This is who I am as an individual. This is who I am by virtue of being a member of this family. That's the second thing. Now, the third thing you need to instill in your children is character. Now, character, you need to develop in them, habits, good things that they can live by. You teach them how to live. Now, these are things that, there is, to be honest, right? We have children that maybe their parents died at an early age and many things like that, right? And they still turned out right. So I wouldn't say that there are things that cannot be outsourced, but there are things that not many people have the capacity to do. A house help cannot instill good core values in your child. The question is, what core values do many of the helps have, right, that they want to instill in your child? But if you do have them, then you can instill it. You can get somebody to do the things that are not as important, so that you can focus on the things that are important. Teach your children, instill in them characters like savings, investment. Teach them things like keeping to time. Teach them resilience. Teach them how to show up no matter what happens. They need to show up. Whether you feel like it or not, you need to show them these things. And you teach them first by being that person, by showing that character trait, by showing that core value, by pointing it out to them. After pointing it out to them, you need to show them by pointing them out when they do it, praising them when they do it, and then showing them the way to incorporate it in their daily activities. I hope I'm not speaking too much of theory right now. I hope you're really getting what I'm saying. But I'm saying that many times parents will ask, where did I go wrong? You feel like, I was there now, but I was there for this child. I washed their plates, I washed their uniform, I took them to school. You've left the most important things and you're focusing on the minor. The minor needs to be done, and you'll be celebrated for doing the minor too. But don't focus so much on the minor that you forget the major. Your faith, core values, and character in your children need to be developed. And it is not a small job. It is not a one-time job. It is not a boot camp. It is something you build in them steadily over time. Now, before I just go, let me share with you another thing that I noticed that I've always wanted to point out. I was at my children's school's speech and the graduation ceremony, and then prize giving day, right? And then I had this couple that sat in front of me. And when it was time for the children to receive awards, this couple's child got, I think, 2 or 3 awards. And each time, the woman would go forward to be with the child, to take pictures with the child and all of that, while the man will sit. And everything on the inside of me felt like going to meet this man to say, this is not okay. Many times we think we are there, but we are not there. When your child gets an award, or when your child has a presentation or something, you know that feeling when you land that big contract that you've been chasing for a while? That is the way your child feels about it. So you need to be part of that celebration. You need to be part of it. It's not enough to show up. It's not enough to show up. It's enough to be, you have to be there. You have to be there. Your presence needs to be felt. So these are some of the things that I want us to begin to look at from today going forward. Fathers, I need you to stop saying that I provide, I provide for them. I'm the one that provides what they need. You need to be there. I'm not saying you need to be there 247, right? But you should if you can. But in terms of these things, you must be there. You must earmark time. You must earmark time to be there. And I'm going to end it here, because I don't want it to get too long, right? Please let me know if you gained any value from today's episode. Let me know what you gained. I need you to like, comment, share, and then let me know so that you encourage me, and then we keep doing this on and on and on and on. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to being back very, very soon. Thanks and bye.